So, most agencies aren't agencies. They're jobs with 5 bosses on a speed dial instead of one. I was stuck at $400 a month per client doing everything myself until I made one shift that changed everything. And Jatin, a freelancer inside my free school community, was in the same position. He made the same shift, and now he's running a real agency with multiple $1,000 clients and 0 midnight WhatsApps. In this video, I'm about to show you exactly what that shift is, and I'm gonna tell you how AI lets you build it from day one without the 2 years of pain it cost me. I have built one of the largest agencies in the French market. Over the past 5 years, we've done 75 million euros for our clients, 14 million euros for ourselves. And I have surrounded myself with the best in the game. Iman Gadzhi, Eddie Malouf, Serge Gattari, Alex and Ella Hormozi. And the goal of this channel is to share you everything I know so you don't have to go through the same mistakes. Alright, let's get started. So here's why 90% of the agency owners are actually freelancers. And here's why it matters. See, the old agency model is already dead. Most people just haven't gotten the memo yet. And here's what it looked for me 6 months in. On Monday, I was writing copy. Tuesday, I was building campaigns. Wednesday, I was fixing what broke. Thursday, I was onboarding a new client. Friday, I was sending invoices and following up. And I was charging $400 a month for all of it. And that's not a business. That's survival with a logo. And I want you to understand this. The difference between a freelancer and an agency owner isn't how many clients you have. It's who does the work. See, a freelancer is selling his time. An agency owner is building a system that delivers results without requiring their personal time for every task. And most people who say they're running an agency are just freelancers in disguise. They just have a nicer website. And here's the truth nobody says out loud. You didn't escape the 9 to 5. You rebuild it with your own name on the door. Most agency owners are underpaid employees with a Canva subscription. And I know it's hard because I was one of them. And the reason wasn't the market. It wasn't my skills. It was one single belief I was carrying that I didn't even know I had. And one of my biggest mistakes was confusing being busy with building a business. Now, there is something I call the pricing trap. And here's the math behind why $400 per month per client will guarantee that you will stay broke. $400 a month sounds like a stepping stone. It's actually a ceiling. When you are the delivery, you price based on your time. How many hours, what's a fair rate, what will the client accept, and you land on $400 a month because it feels safe, it feels reasonable, it's easy to say out loud. And the problem is premium clients don't pay for your time, they pay for the outcome. Cheap clients don't buy expertise, they rent availability. When I was charging $400 a month, I was selling my availability. When I started charging real money, I was selling a result. Same service, but completely different dynamic. And here's the trap that keeps you locked in. Low prices attract high maintenance clients. High maintenance clients eat your time. No time means no systems. No systems means no scale. And no scale means $400 a month forever. It's not a phase, it's a loop. And it's designed to keep you in it. Hourly thinking is the tax you pay for not understanding leverage. When I stopped charging $400 a month and started pricing the outcome, I lost 2 clients. I gained back 40 hours a week. And actually, it's the best trade I ever made. And that's exactly what I'm sharing to my clients. Look, Sheila was charging 247 euros for her service. She repriced to 1,497. She made 2 sales in 14 days. It's actually the same work, the same delivery, but she completely shifted her belief about what it was worth. The second mistake, pricing your time instead of your outcome. Now, I want to get into the lean operator model. And let me share with you the 10-minute exercise that built my first real system. And before I even get into this, I want you to understand why AI makes this time the best time in history to start. Here's what I want you to understand. AI just destroyed the low-skill agency model. Permanently, it's erased. The agencies that survive won't be the biggest one. They will be the most leveraged operators. In 2026, one operator with AI can outperform what an entire 2021 agency needed a team to deliver. And that's not exaggeration. That's the new reality. That's what I'm doing on a daily basis. And here's the model I call the lean operator. One person, one niche, AI-powered delivery, premium pricing, no bloated team, no 14-hour days, a machine that generates results while you focus on the one thing that will actually grow your business, getting customers. And here's how I built the first piece of it. I looked at my week and asked one question. What task do I need to repeat every single week that someone else, something else, could execute just as well? For me, it was pretty simple. It was reporting. Sending reports to clients, same data, same format, same client, every single week. 4 hours manually pulling numbers and data and writing commentary. So I just documented the process. 3 pages and every tool, every step, every output format. Then I just handed it off and I just got 4 hours back every single week. And that's your first system. Nothing crazy. You don't need a 40-page manual. You don't need to know how to code. You just need to think in sequence. What needs to happen to get this task executed from A to B? That's it. One simple documented process that stops requiring your brain to execute. The 6 months I spent being the delivery bottleneck is now completely optional in 2026. AI can handle reporting, first drafts, research, data analysis, client communication, and the system I have built over weeks. You can build it today. And I want you to understand this. Your first system doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to exist. Now, let's talk about how you can replace yourself. I don't want you to hire help. I want you to hire a replacement. Most people think their first hire should be an assistant. Someone who handles all the small stuff while they keep doing the real work. That's wrong. That's still the freelancer model with an extra salary. Your first hire or your first AI setup should replace you in delivery entirely, not help you, replace you. And here's why it matters. If you're still the delivery person, the ceiling is your capacity. You can work harder, sleep less, take more clients, and you will hit the same wall because the constraint is you. When you replace yourself in delivery, the ceiling disappears. Every hour you buy back becomes 1 hour of acquisition. Every acquisition hour grows the base. And guess what? The base compounds. In 2026, the first replacement isn't a person, it's an AI stack. It doesn't get tired, it doesn't negotiate rates, it doesn't get sick. It runs the same process the same way every single time. Build the AI layer first, then hire humans to manage the AI and handle the exceptions. That's the lean operator structure. Most agencies are dead, they just don't know it yet. The one that will survive will be the ones that figure out leverage before leverage became mandatory. In 3 years from now, manual agency operations will look like Blockbuster trying to compete with Netflix. So understand this, I want you to hire a replacement, do not hire help. Oh, and by the way, if you're enjoying this video, I documented the exact system behind the lean operation model. My pricing frameworks, the AI delivery, the workflows, the outreach script, and the first client acquisition process. Everything is inside my free school community called the HTC Formula. You have an 8-hour masterclass and all the templates. Click on the link in the description, answer 3 questions and get instant access to the private community. Everything is inside, all for free. Alright, back to the video. So, if you're still watching and you are still making less than 5k a month, this is a shortcut I didn't have. If you only remember 3 words from this video, make them these. Once you stop being the delivery person, one question hits you. What am I actually supposed to do now? And that's 3 things, only 3. The first thing should be acquisition. You need to find and close clients, and that's the only job that will directly grow your business. If you're spending 0 hours on this, you're just a service provider waiting for referrals, not an owner. The second word is systems. Every week, one process gets documented, automated, or delegated. The business becomes slightly less dependent on you, and that's what I call compounding freedom. Number 3, product. Making sure the output stays excellent. Not by doing it yourself, but by making sure the process produces it consistently. Acquisition, systems, and products. Everything else should be done by someone or something else. The market doesn't reward effort, it rewards leverage. And when I restructured my week around those 3 things, my revenue grew, my numbers went up, and in short, I was making more money while working less. And that's what the lean operator model looks like in practice. Now, let me show you what this actually looks like on the other side. You wake up, your AI stack ran reporting overnight. Your outreach system sent 50 personalized messages while you slept. 2 calls are booked for the week. Your one client is getting results because the process runs without you touching it every single day. That's not a dream. That's the reality we are living in, and that's what the model produces when it's built correctly. See, I have Indian roots. I built my career in Europe. I watch people in Mumbai, Paris, London, Dubai make this exact shift, and it has completely changed how their week looks like. The starting point doesn't matter. The model doesn't care where you are from. And here's what I want you to understand. I built all of this over 6 months of doing it wrong first. 6 months of $400 retainers, midnight messages, doing everything myself. And with AI available today, that phase doesn't exist anymore. You can start as an operator, build the AI layer on day 1, acquire the first client before you've hired anyone, and scale the delivery before the delivery ever touches your personal calendar. The old agency model is collapsing, and it's creating the biggest opportunity for lean operators in the history of this industry. If you apply what's in this video, your goal isn't a busy calendar with a $400 a month client. Your goal is a machine that generates results when you are not watching it, at a price point that reflects the value you're actually worth. That's the lean operator model. That's what the shift gave me. So understand the following. The old model doing everything yourself, charging what feels fair. This means staying broke. The new model, pricing the outcome, building the system, replacing yourself in delivery, running the lean operator playbook. That's the difference between a job and a business. That's it for today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If so, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and if you have any questions, just drop a comment. And once again, when we hit 5,000 subscribers, I'm doing a live draw. One subscriber will win a free one-on-one mentorship session with me, plus the latest MacBook Air. So hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.